Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have an unboxing and first impression for you, and this is a brand that I never had perfumes from for an obvious reason. This is a luxury brand from United Kingdom, from London. They've been around since 2008 and the perfumes are on the pricey side. So the perfumes start from £500–600 onward, and that's why I never had the perfumes from them. So when they reached out and they said, Naz, we can send you perfumes for review, I was happy to do it. Obviously I told them, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. They said that's fine, you know, as long as you're honest, that's fine with us. So they sent me this box which has 4 perfume inside it. One of them is Rose Sapphire, Amber Sapphire, Violet Sapphire Recharged, and Carbon Sapphire Recharged. Each of these perfumes, if you want to buy from them directly or from Harrods and Selfridges and boutiques like that, you need to basically, or you are thinking about, for 100 ml, about £600–700 each and upward. So just quick history about this brand. Boadicea The Victorious, by the way, it's called Boadicea, not Boadicea. Boadicea is a name of a warrior. She resisted the invasion of Roman army when they invaded Britain, and she became a legend. Obviously they they didn't stop the invasion at the end, but because of her bravery she became a legend in the British history of the struggle and being fighting for your independence, and that's why she's very famous in Britain. Boadicea, her name is Celtic name, and this brand is inspired by Boadicea herself, the warrior, and that's why it's called Boadicea The Victorious. This brand is, as I said, is a luxury brand from United Kingdom, from Britain, and they are very concentrate their effort on become you know, in their literature they say our perfumes are very bold and big and very it's like you know, the spirit of Boadicea herself is very fighting spirit in them. So it's very interesting in terms of story, but the judge is always at the end is going to be the juice itself. Let's see how it goes. But before I do the unboxing, please, if you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. Amazing value for money, they smell great, and they're hidden gems. Well, these are not amazing value for money, they are quite expensive, but let's see how it goes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to unbox. These are 10 ml each, so they didn't send me the big bottle for obvious reasons, you know, it's £700–800 each, but 10 ml bottle is more than enough to test and see how they go. And so I'm going to concentrate on Rose Sapphire today first, and then each day I'm going through a different one. So this is a simple but nice box, nothing to brag about. Here you got the information of each of the perfumes. In the front we have Boadicea The Victorious brand and logo. It says this one in particular is called Eternal Sapphire Collection, which is a collection of 4 of their perfumes. By the way, they have over 100 perfumes since 2008, and the one I'm going to unbox and review today, which is Rose Sapphire, it came out in 2016. So again, more information here, and let's go. Sorry about the noise when you do unboxing. You can't do much about it. If I can do unboxing, where do you start? All right, come on, let's go. Don't let me down. I have quite a sharp. All right, I had to. I was not expecting it to be this hard to unbox. All right, eventually. Okay. So this is the box, and it opens like this, which is like a. So this is a sleeve, and then we have the box itself, and it opens like this, which is like a gallery. Okay, and as you can see, 10 ml each. By the way, their bottles are very beautiful. The reason is because not only they base their design on the Celtic design, traditional Celtic design, and also they are handmade perfume bottles. Probably they are asking a very high-end crystal makers to make their bottles for them. So as I said, today I'm going to review this one, which is Rose Sapphire. Even their small bottles are very good looking and very good quality to them, so that's why you're paying the big money. Part of it goes to the presentation. Okay, so this one, I'll put it there. So the coloring is a rose color, obviously, but again, this Celtic design is very nice, beautiful bottle. Obviously this is 10 ml and it's quite light. It's got a stick in the bottom, and the cap itself is, it's quite a weight to it, and it's plastic, but it's got the design again, and the atomizer is modern and gold. And here we go. For a small bottle, so such a good atomizer. So Boadicea The Victorious, and this is Rose Sapphire. This is it ADP or is it, oh, I need this one, pure perfume. So they are pure perfumes. All right, so how is the Rose Sapphire by Boadicea The Victorious? And here we go. First impression. Wow. Obviously when you pay that much money, you expect the best of the best, and you are getting it here, believe me. So first thing first, the quality is off the chart. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's full bodied, it's deep, it's dense, it's thick, and in the same time smells supernatural. Obviously there are some synthetic elements in here. The reason is because if they go the route of natural only, the perfumes won't perform that well. An hour or two or three, 4 max. But because they want to make their perfumes bold, big, victorious, and long lasting, they are going to use synthetic elements in here. But the rose in here is gorgeous. Wow, beautiful rose. Rose in here is a very realistic rose. It's like you're basically next to a rose bush and you're smelling that rose bush, and it's very red. So the coloring comes to my mind in terms of the rose in here is a red rose, and it's got a little bit of jamminess to it, not too much. So they done a very good job of making it airy, in the same time quite deep and dense, and that is telltale sign of good perfumery and good ingredients. So when you have good ingredients, and when you have somebody with a good knowledge and experience, and the basically the background of making good rose perfumes, this is what you're getting. It's gorgeous rose, beautiful. In the same time, it's got many facets. There's a spicy facet to it, but the spices are quite on the shall we say soft side of things, so they are not huge that they punch you in the face. What they done in here, they made they put so many other notes and accords in here, but they are mainly back in the background, and they're mainly supporting the rose to let the rose shine on top. It smells delicious. It smells very opulent. It smells very rich. It smells very high end. It smells luxurious, for the price. You expect that, and they are delivering in a bucket. So on top we have cardamom, coumarin, geranium, and saffron. So as you can tell that it started up with a huge amount of spices, but because the blend is so well blended and is so nicely done and is so good quality in here, you don't feel the spices punching in your face. Usually with so many spices like this, you get a punchiness anyway, but in here you're not getting that. So I'm smelling the definitely cuminy. This is definitely cumin, and the cumin in here giving it a little bit of that andolic and animalic feel as well. Not too much, just a hint of it. The cardamom is very nicely done in here. It's very warm and is very rounded and is very smooth cardamom in here. The geranium here is supporting the rose, so it's behind the rose and lifting the rose very nicely, and geranium here giving it a little of that earthy and also a little of that minty feel to it as well. And the saffron is giving it deeper depth and the complexity, and also a little bit of leatheriness in here, just a hint of leather. The heart, we have Turkish rose, we have helicerium and neroli and hyacinth. So the Turkish rose in here is not a typical Turkish rose. When we say Turkish rose, usually we think of jamminess, of thickness, of darkness. In here is not that. It's actually the opposite. It's quite bright, it's quite fresh, it's quite refreshing. So it is a characteristic of Turkish rose, which is deep and dense, but in the same time it's very airy and it's very uplifting and spicy and fresh and refreshing. So it's a very it's contradiction in term, but is working superbly well in here. The neroli here is giving it that brightness. So neroli usually in fragrances give that watery brightness. So in here is giving it that wateriness as well, and the brightness of the white florals, which is very nice again. And hyacinth is one of those synthetic elements that is one of the ultra beast mode notes and accords in fragrances. Hyacinth makes perfumes last very long time, and usually hyacinth is in the same realm of white florals but much brighter and lighter. So again, the hyacinth here is giving it that oomph and longevity and also the strength of it. The base, we have benzoin, cedar, labdanum, myrrh, patchouli, and musk and cypriol oil. So again, it's quite musky. So this is heavy on the musk. Yeah, very heavy on the musk. And instead of relying on the woods to do the lifting, they're relying on the musk to do the lifting. And the musk in here is beautiful. It's very clean musk. It's very it's quite realistic musk. Obviously it's a synthetic musk because musk has been banned in the use in perfumery for a long time, for more than 2-3 decades now. So it is a synthetic musk, but as I said in a previous video, there are synthetics and there are synthetics. There are some synthetics are so cheap smelling that they smell like a toilet product, and there are some synthetics that smell so good you cannot distinguish them from the real thing. So in here obviously they are using the high-end synthetics, and it shows in here. It shows very nicely. So the benzoin here giving it that sweetness. I'm smelling some vanilla as well, so it's quite vanillic, but the benzoin in here giving it that smoothness. So it's smooth and sweet. Overall is a little bit more than moderate in terms of sweetness. So from 0 to 10 being the sweetest, this is around 6 to 7, but it goes very well with everything in here. So the balancing act in here is top notch. The cedar wood giving it a base of woodiness. Overall it's quite woody, but it's not overly woody. It's not, as I said, they're relying on the musk to do the heavy lifting in here rather than the cedar. Cedar in here is a nuance rather than a supportive role or a big player. And the labdanum here giving it that resin feel. So it's quite resinous, a little of a hint of smokiness in here, very small amount. But overall it's quite earthy, it's quite resinous, it's quite camphorous, quite herbaceous in the same time. It's very herbaceous. Yeah, given the rose is like a realistic feel of the rose bush, so you're smelling the rose, the flower, and also you're smelling the stem, you're smelling the leaves, you're smelling the earth. So it's quite realistic smell of rose in here, but overall it's superbly done. It's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. So we have myrrh in here as well to give it that little bit of intensity feel, little bit of resin again add to it. And the patchouli here is a gorgeous patchouli. Yeah, it's a beautiful patchouli, but it's a very clean patchouli. So it's not a chocolatey variety of patchouli, rather than it's a leafy one. So it's leafy, it's bright, it's happy, and it is camphorous. It is a little bit on the balsamic side, but it's just a smidgen of it in here. Overall, this is quite balsamic. It is quite resinous. It's a little bit of smokiness in here, a hint of powderiness, and a hint of dustiness as well. Not too much overall, but what a smell! Gorgeous. 10 out of 10 for the perfumery. 10 out of 10 for the ingredients. The only thing is £700 for a 100 ml bottle. So if you have money to burn, this is an absolutely amazing rose perfume. I'm telling you, I have probably about 100 perfumes that are rose based in my collection, and none of them come close to this in terms of quality, in terms of perfumery, in terms of the luxurious feel of this fragrance, of this perfume. So it says pure perfume. I'm getting it doesn't have that oomph. I mean, it does have the oomph, but it's not pure perfume oomph. So I'm guessing the concentration of this perfume is probably around 25 to 30% concentration of oil of the perfume, which is quite high, but it's not a pure perfume to my nose or from my experience. Although when they say pure perfume, because pure perfume you know, the connotation is very vague, so they can use it, you know, freely. It could be 25% oil in here, or could be 60-70% oil in here, we don't know. But to me, this is more like the lower end of that concentration of perfume, which is about 25 maybe to 30% perfume concentration, which is nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. It's just basically, to me, is not pure perfume per se. I personally make pure perfume oils. My perfumes, I have 20 perfumes that I made myself. This is my own line. They call the scent of Persia, and there are 20 of them, and they are more than, I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in there, and that's why I call them pure perfume. But in here is probably half of that. But that doesn't take away from this beautiful perfume, the perfumery, the craftsmanship, the quality of this perfume, the quality of the ingredients, and also overall, what a beauty. It's just mesmerizingly gorgeous. But in the same time, it's done before. It's nothing unique, it's nothing new. This kind of fragrances you can find in many of high-end perfume makers from Middle East. For example, Abd Samad Al Ghuraishi, for example, House of Al Haramain, and some other brands from there. So if you're looking for something that is based on the rose, but the rose mainly is quite fresh, it's quite spicy, it's quite woody, musky, and in the same time it's very, very beautiful. This kind of fragrances are not unique to Boadicea The Victorious. There are many other company makes them, if not in the same category of quality, maybe even better, maybe even worse, but there are some alternatives to this, definitely. At the moment I can't think of it. There is one perfume it reminds me of to some extent, and that is Frederick Moll Portrait of the Lady. Although they're not one-to-one, they're not 100%, they are not funny enough, they charging you the same amount. Portrait of a Lady for 100 ml is about £600-700, and this one is £600-700. So in terms of, and they both are high-end luxurious fragrances. So this and Portrait of Lady have very similarity to them, yes, but they're not 100%, they're not exact. Portrait of a Lady to me is a little bit more woody than this one. This one is more musky and softer and more rounded than the Portrait of a Lady. But when you smell them side by side, they are very, very similar to each other. So if you like Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle, probably you like this. If you don't like that one, most likely you won't like this. So this is just to put you in the right direction, in the right frame of mind, to give you a mental picture. What does it smell like overall? Okay, some similarity to it. So to recap this beautiful perfume from the house of Boadicea The Victorious, and this is Rose Sapphire. So saffron, turmeric, geranium and cardamom. In the mid we have Turkish, Immortelle, Neroli and Hyodin. In the base we have patchouli, cypriol oil. Cypriol oil here giving out that woodiness and the green camphousness as well. Cedar, benzoin, myrrh, labdanum and musk. The musk is quite heavy in here, so you need to like your musk. But overall, every other player in this perfume, apart from the rose, is secondary and also supportive role. The main player and the star of the show is rose, and more rose in here. So warm spicy, definitely this is superbly warm spicy, especially that cardamom is gorgeous. So very spicy. We have cumin in here, we have cardamom in here, we have herbaceous note in here, and we're giving it that fresh spiciness as well. The rose is centerpiece in this perfume, and it shines, and it's a beautiful rose. It's not a jammy rose, not a dark rose. It's more like a fresh, bright, spicy, happy rose. The woods are very, very clean in here, mainly cedar wood. It's quite herbaceous. Yes, I'm smelling some herbaceous note in here, and the amber in here is quite a deep, dense amber. So it's quite a sticky amber, but in the same time it's quite effervescent, which is telltale sign of good perfume and good ingredients in here. It's quite earthy, which is coming from the resins in here mainly, and also the patchouli. It's quite aromatic. Yes, very, very aromatic feel to it. Beautiful. The aromaticness is coming from that geranium. The geranium in here is very minty and is very, very nice, and also help the rose to shine even more. And the sweetness is a little bit more than moderate, which is coming from the benzoin and the vanilla in here. And in both benzoin and vanilla are giving it very, very, and also I'm smelling sandalwood. Yeah, definitely there is a sandalwood in here. So the sandalwood, combination of the sandalwood, neroli, the benzoin, and also the vanilla here, giving it a very smooth ride. So it's making it very rounded, very smooth, very well blended, and fresh spicy, which is, as I said, is herbaceous. And the patchouli here is it's not a dark, dense, thick, earthy patchouli, rather than here is a leafy, bright and happy patchouli, but it gives it a very, very good amount of depth and complexity to this fragrance. So if you like Portrait of the Lady, we are not saying they are copies, because house of Boadicea The Victorious, they're not going to copy anybody. But obviously when you make perfumes, there are sometimes some similarities with other perfumes. It's impossible to make a completely unique perfume on its own, just nothing like it before, because the ingredients generally in perfumery, about 30 ingredients, and there are thousands and thousands of perfumes out there. So you cannot make a super unique perfume. But overall, it's beautiful, it's very nicely done, it's very rounded, it's very smooth, it's very high quality, it's luxurious, it's gorgeous, it's rich, it's very opulent, it's quite decadent. So if you have a £700 to burn, this is yes, I'm absolutely loving it. But is it worth that much? That is up to you to decide. If you're a person who's got a big pocket, why not? If you're not one of those people who have a big pocket, deep pocket, probably this is not for you. And as I said, there are so many other fragrance perfume companies out there make similar perfumes for much lower prices. Okay guys, so for the first impression, it was Rose Sapphire by Boadicea The Victorious, and I absolutely loving it and giving it 10 out of 10 for that beautiful opening. In the next video I'll let you know the longevity, development, things like that, but for now it's feeling the room, feeling the house is quite strong, and I am in love with this beauty. So if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. Amazing value for money, they smell great, and they're hidden gems. This beauty is a hidden gem, but it's not cheap. It's very expensive. If you are interested in purchasing one of my own perfumes and support me that way and get something very, very beautiful in return, you could do that. I'll leave them in the link. I have a perfume called Persian Rose. I'm not saying they are the same, but the quality of mine, which I put more than 60% pure perfume oil in it, is not far off from this, I'm telling you. And it's much, much cheaper than this one. So if you're interested, you can go and check it out. I'm the perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker, I'm the true handmade perfumes just for you lucky people in the United Kingdom. I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of. And the perfume ingredients all come from my country, Iran, which is unfortunately these days in trouble and is embargoed and all sorts. So nobody can go and buy perfume oil from there. But I have these perfume oils a few years back, and when I finish selling these, I can't basically replace them because it's impossible to go and get some. Anyway, we in Iran, in Persia, we make perfume oils. We've been making perfume oils for 5,000 years, so we are one of the first, if not the first, civilization to make perfumes, and that's why we have one of the best ingredients in the world. So if you're interested, go and check them out. Also, there are other reviewed my perfumes. You can go and check them out as well. As always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your love and support, and I'll see you later. Bye, bye, bye.